Here we go. Hello, Matt. M
Hello.
To the A to the double T. Don't be a hero. That's what it be.
You should have said it's you and me. That's
It's
what you should have said.
It's you and
It's you and me together forever. Forrest and Matt. The feels.
Forever. We're good or sad, happy or bad.
Oh my God! Hello, you right? You right, my friend?
Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
I am beside myself with absolute joy. As per.
What's that big thing behind you, Matt?
Oh, this whole thing. This whole thing. Have you not seen it yet? I mean, look at it. This is our banner, mate.
It's got our logo on it.
It's got our logo. It's got all of the stuff on it. You can't see all of it. At the bottom, we got our beautiful faces. This is our little banner that we're taking to a certain Comic-Con that we're going to this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Honestly,
it's
mate.
Beautiful.
It's felt like it was like months away, and now it's literally hours away. It's days.
It's days.
Days
It's upon
away.
us. It's upon us. We have got all the things, but first I need to get this out of the way because it's behind a light and I feel like it's going to burn it. I'm so precious with this thing. It's so gorgeous.
Oh,
if you're
it's
coming to
gorgeous.
Comic-Con, you're gonna see one of the best banners ever made. Best PVC banner you've ever seen in your life.
You might not once he stands up and realises it's burning from behind it.
Yeah, it's true. Hang on, let me move it. Let me move it.
Oh, here he goes.
Okay, beautiful.
Here we go.
Look, there we go. Look, oh, no.
Oh.
This house is too small for this podcast. It's so big.
Oh, look at... Oh,
Hey,
there's his little face.
let me just move it over here.
Uh,
There we
brilliant.
go.
He can't hear a fucking thing I'm saying either. Oh,
You hear it go
God.
down? It's going down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going,
Yep.
going into his house. It's a full, like, ASMR demantling of the banner. That's the pole.
Oh, that's the pole.
Okay. Oh, and we're in the room.
You just said, that's the pole. That's the pole.
Honestly,
Here
it's
she
gorgeous.
goes.
Here she goes. Oh. Okay.
How's your week been, Matt?
Oh gosh, yeah, my show happened. It was a complete sellout. We had a great time. It was well received. You came and saw it.
I did come and see it. I had a really good time.
It was just fun, isn't it?
It's Treasure Island. There was people being pirates and such, finding treasure. There were
Yeah.
deaths.
There were.
I forgot how many deaths there are in Treasure Island.
Quite a lot. Yeah, it's quite a few.
Poor little kids around me. It was because that's what it felt like. Just me sat in the middle of 8-year-old children thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoying themselves.
Like a proper family show, but with like death.
Yeah, that's best kind of family show.
Yeah, and that's what you want, right? That's what you want. Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, it happened very, very quickly, and it was very intense. But today has been like the first day I've just kind of gone and breathe, which has been delightful. Hectic week. I'm so glad to be here. We've had a very successful few weeks with the podcast. We're just about to tip over 1,700 followers, which is just maddening. Really?
I think we are. The last time I looked, 1,701, my friend.
Don't stop it.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Oh, you've got the black background. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Well done, you. Well, congratulations.
Well done. Congratulations to you,
Thank
mate.
you very much, dear listeners. Really appreciate that. That's awesome news. What a way to go into Comic-Con, man.
If you are listening, which I hope you would be, then please give a rating on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you're listening from. Drop us a rating. It really helps. Gets us up that chain. Currently on 18 ratings on Spotify. I'd like to make that 20, please.
Yeah,
let's round that bad boy up. Thank you.
Round it up. This is also exciting. We've had the last deal. Our first interview podcast went down an absolute treat. Jonathan and Anthony were absolutely incredible first guests. We've got more in the pipeline as well, which will soon be announced later on. We're on the Galactic Core podcast. Thank you, Andy, for having us there on Loki. But we're also going to be talking about Loki in this episode because this is our monthly news roundup episode.
Hit the intro.
That's jazz, Evan.
That is. There we go. We're on it. Monthly news roundup for October. Couldn't think of a better way to round up October. There is the sound of the drip droppy rain behind Matt.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So
It's a bit of a underscore.
Kind of sounds like one of us has taken a piss. I can promise you that's not the case. Matt's not gone outrageous for the monthly roundup.
The other thing is that I'm so reluctant to move because there's nowhere else to go. Kids are all here. It's half term. This is quite seriously the best place to be.
Yeah, half term around your house. Ooh,
yeah,
a busy one.
It's pretty hectic, but it's fine.
So's nice. So's been asleep for half of today. She's also teacher, also on half term, so she's absolutely loving life.
Just on recouping, isn't it? Recouping from the term, the autumn term.
Oh, he's got a J2O.
I do. They're in these last little cans. Can you see?
They've gone up They've gone up a notch. Do you know what I'm drinking?
What are you having? Is that a beer?
Toffee apple cider.
Oh. Do you remember when we started this podcast? We used to review drinks and stuff. We were to talk about the drinks that we were drinking.
I missed that. Let me.
Oh, you're doing a little taste test. God, this is nostalgic. Oh,
blew your head off. I tell you what, it tastes like toffee. It tastes like apple.
Well, that's exactly what it is, isn't it?
It says it tastes like it does, like it says on the tin.
On the tin, but it's not a tin.
The can, the bottle.
Well,
the bottle can.
But I've got a tin.
Oh, he's got a tin. Lovely,
tin-y.
Lovely work.
Oh, yeah, cute little slim tin. Yeah, J2O's up the game. Still the usual drink, but you know.
Oh, when am I going to
Sorry,
meet
Rachel,
Slim Tim?
Rachel, what are you having, mate? You're busy in the kitchen there, mate.
Children is good enough for them, so I'm just coming in and out.
Oh, okay.
Because nothing is good enough.
For them.
Nothing.
She sounded a bit Australian just then.
Nothing is
maybe good
that's
enough for them, yeah?
That's maybe what Belgian Bob is talking about.
What do you mean? Huh?
The Australian one.
Oh,
Rachel's the Australian one.
Rachel's the Australian.
I'll tell you later. It's the whole thing. Obviously, Rachel hasn't listened to the episode, so I'll tell her later. But yes.
How can Rach not be listening to these episodes every time they go out? That's absolutely disgusting.
It's a little bit, isn't it?
That's a bit insulting, quite frankly. That's a kick in the face.
Right, we need to start talking about some things from MCU or DC, or otherwise our poor dear listeners are going to be like, hang on, this isn't a hero podcast. This is just Matt Forrest talking absolute shite.
Well, I've got my toffee apple, not toffee nut. I've got my toffee apple. You've got some what if news. Entertain me.
All right. So we're going to let's start with that. Okay, so I've just received on my old algorithm today some just kind of more announcements on What If. There's been a brand new What If Season 2 trailer that was dropped. Kind of like a teaser trailer followed by almost like a documentary style video as well on Kevin Feige talking about What If and saying how much of it is, how integral it is, and also claiming it's one of the best, if not the best, animated superhero series that he's ever seen. And to be honest, I think that's not a bad. I say it's a fair comment, but I don't know whether it's 100% accurate. But it is very good, and I think the season is looking very strong. However, it's kind of, I don't know, quite a lot of people like it, but then quite a lot of people don't like it. But the more I know more people that do enjoy it than don't enjoy it. But we've got episode titles. or a rough guide of what the episode titles are going to be. So these are rumoured, my dear listener. Okay, these aren't completely concrete, but these are rumoured via Emergency Awesome, and I've documented them down because I was watching the video this morning. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let's talk about that. So the first one, okay, these aren't in any order in terms of the episodes dropping as well. So the first one that I've listed is what if Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster? Now, the rumours are here is that this is our Tony Stark that goes to, obviously meet the Grandmaster to have a big fight over the Infinity Stones. But also, this is an episode that Gamora is very much heavily involved in. And it was actually, I think it was meant to be in the first season, but it got cut for whatever reason. And there was COVID things going over because I think I remember first series of What If was filmed during COVID. And they had to kind of like do a lot of cut and floor stuff. So this is one of those episodes that didn't actually get to the first series, but hopefully we'll be in the second one. We've seen shots, we've seen images as well, so it's pretty much confirmed we will be getting this episode. The other one is what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps? Now that is something that was very much teased in season 1. I don't know if you remember, you know the one where we're in the kind of like bar area and Nebula's like rocking a blonde wig.
Yes.
She's in a dress.
Yeah.
So we're thinking the kind of rumours around it is that this is that Nebula in this world that then joins the Nova Corps at some point. Or it might not be. It might become something completely standalone. But seeing more Nova Corps is actually something that the fan bases, particularly me as well as a fan, really want to see more of. It'd be so, I mean, I think I said this in a podcast ages ago, but it would still be so cool to get like an American mockumentary office style show in the MCU. And if we had John C. Reilly at the helm of that, it would be absolutely hilarious. Just like the Nova Corps, just like everyday 9 to 5, kind of like this is what we're getting up to, and like a documentary style series goes out on Disney Plus. I'd be all there for it.
That'd be amazing.
That would be so good.
James Gunn could do the shit out of that as well. He would be amazing. Directed a bit of that.
I see. That's what we need. I still feel like we need something ridiculously light and hilarious as the Office is. But that's not what that episode will probably be about. It will be more about Nebula and her journey with the Nova Corps. Another one is, there's quite a few, by the way, so I'll list these. But another one is, what if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? So I'm quite interested in this. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it's Guardians versus the Avengers or just Star-Lord taking on the Avengers. But there's something in that. I think James Gunn spoke about how, when originally the first Guardians came out and Avengers Assemble, the original 6 for Avengers, were to have a fight. I think he said in an interview that Guardians would take them out easy. I don't think they would now, but I think, back then, absolutely. So it'll be really interesting to see what that entails in terms of whether we get Ego in the mix there, whether that's he's being kind of pulled by the strings, being told to go and take out these people from a living planet. Yeah. Who knows? What do you think is going to happen to that?
Chaos, mate.
Chaos.
Absolute blood, sweat, and chaos. I think it's good. It's the previous titles you've said before this one have been quite vanilla. I feel like it's not holding me tightly and
snugging,
bringing me joy. It's not, it's not snuggling. But
K-Dog isn't like putting his arms around you, just going, "Hey, hey there, Forrest. It's me, K-Dog. It's okay. It's gonna be a great season." Shh. And he kisses you in the neck.
You almost gave me a bit of Trump there. It's going to be a great season. It's going to be a great, fantastic season. The best season in the world. It's a fantastic season. I mean, I can't do a Trump accent for shit, so this is good. I don't know what I even bother trying.
I wanted to say that was the furthest away impression I've ever seen of Donald Trump. Like eons away. That was at nowhere. We're in Earth. Nowhere's all the way over there. Anyway, next episode is we get, it's not really titled, but like we're pretty much confirmed we're going to be introduced to a new character, Kokahori, where we're going to pre-colonized America as well, where this character meets the Tesseract. So it actually goes, it doesn't actually go at the timeline that we're at, it goes further back into seeing how we kind of like deal with the implications of the Civil War, the colonization of America, and using the Tesseract. Could be kind of like elements of Wakanda Forever in there. Not Wakanda, okay, as it being an untouched area. Maybe we see pre-colonized America kind of being used as a, an untouched area as it grows into kind of a new universe. I don't know. I'm interested in that one. But also having a new superhero standalone, not coming from source material, it's a big choice. That's obviously there for representation, obviously. Just got to make sure that that's all done with a good weighted story. So I'm interested to see what happens. The next one is what if Hela found the 10 rings? So we've got a Shang-Chi mixed with Hela. You like that?
Yeah, I like a bit of Hela and Shang-Chi.
Yeah?
Yes, please. Yeah, you see, most of these are just, all right. But then Peter Quill, Shang-Chi, tick, tick, tick. It's the Forest.
I think we're bound
episodes.
to get some fights there. That's the Forest one, absolutely, 1000%. This is definitely a Forest one, okay? We know we love this person so much.
Oh.
So, in terms of this series dropping, I'll tell you about it later, but it's not going to be around Christmas. But there is an episode where is what if Happy Hogan saves Christmas?
It's got at least 3 of my favourite words. Happy.
Yeah.
Christmas. And,
I don't know what's going to happen. It might be like a weird Scrooge story. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know for like Hogan, but like I'm interested. I'm really hoping Jon Favreau is coming back for that because that'd be banging.
Oh, 100%. That'd be ludicrous if they bring somebody else in.
Yeah,
it's got to be him.
So there's 2 more. The other 2 that we've kind of sort of found is what if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper? Now this is kind of like a confirmed title. I think this might be episode 1, and also this kind of leads through the Watcher and Captain Carter's relationship. Now they're exploring far more of a concrete threaded story in this, other than just having standalone episodes. Captain Carter and I think the Watcher are going to be very much integral in this series going forward. This will be part of that, setting it up for the whole series of 2. But the last one as well is what if the Avengers assembled in 1603? This is the one that I'm really excited about. This is actually based on a comic, but like, medieval superheroes. But we're going to get kind of like a mutant involvement as well. I haven't read the comic, but I've heard of it lots. I think it's kind of like the mutants are very much treated as this kind of like witch trials in a way. And when the Avengers are there, apparently like Daredevil is part of the Knights Templar and stuff. So there's all kinds of cool kind of like opportunities in that episode. So really hoping that's going to be a good one.
Can we get, if there's witches, is there an Agatha?
Yeah, maybe.
Agatha Coven, maybe, in there. Bit of that. Ooh,
that'd be nice.
I'm excited by that.
Yeah, but those are the ones,
please.
those are it, really.
Right.
I mean, I think there's 9-10 episodes in this series, and it's looking to drop around springtime 2024. Okay, so March, April.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by. I think what if the first series for me was just, it's like, okay, yeah, it's nice. It's not a nice addition, but it wasn't something I go, oh crikey, you need to go and watch that. So I'm really hoping this series kind of elevates it a bit more, a bit more of a grounded story for the whole series. More. Some of those titles just get me as a bit like almost play it safe. And I'm like, but on the other hand, it might be a good idea because actually series 1 didn't play it safe. We had a zombie episode, other episodes, and the more they kind of went out there, the less good they were. So actually, is it when I don't know. I feel what if it can get quite dangerous because. What the nature of what if is you want to go as far out there as possible, but so far I would argue that when they have gone out there quite far, they've not actually been decent episodes. So
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think it's kind of an opportunity for us to tell different stories and new stories. But we're kind of doing that anyway in the multiversal kind of like field of things that we're in right now in the phase. Like we've got, we'll talk about Loki in a minute, but we've got all these variants, all that kind of stuff. Far From Home being No Way Home being kind of like seeing all these different multiversal Spider-Mans. We're already getting that in the cinema now. Do we need it for these TV series? It's argued maybe not, but like ultimately, I'm excited because we get to see these cool concepts. And if you kind of just see it like that and leave it like that, I think you're going to like it more. I think for me as well, kind of going, okay, cool, well, where's that through line? You know me, I like to talk about the golden thread. But like, ultimately, if you just kind of like just take that off and go, okay, cool, let's just have a look and see what could happen and just go with that premise, then you're probably going to enjoy it a little bit more, right? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And you have conveniently segued onto the next piece of monthly roundup content, which is that MCU's future multiverse saga crossovers are teased in official Kevin Feige timeline statement. That is the world's longest fucking headline, Screen Rant. Like,
you're right, mate.
That's from Screen Rant, and they are absolutely like giving me too many words to say in one headliner. But this all stems from there's a new book called Marvel Studios: The Marvel Cinematic Universe, an official timeline, which we need to get. Like with a title like that, I'm buying it. And Feige addresses the Sony and Fox Marvel universes and confirms they are canon to the MCU. So this is a quote within that book. On the multiverse note, we recognise that there are stories, movies and series that are canonical to Marvel, but were created by different storytellers during different periods of Marvel's history. The timeline presented in this book is specific to the MCU's sacred timeline through Phase 4, but as we move forward and dive deeper into the multiverse saga, you never know when timelines may just crash or converge.
See, crashing timelines. I feel like this is... We spoke to Andy on Galactic Core podcast about this.
We spoke to Andy.
We spoke to Andy.
We spoke to Andy. Yeah. Yes, we did.
Oh gosh. No, I'm losing it. I'm losing my train of thought. No, I had it. You made me laugh and then I had it and it went. No. We were talking to him about the get out clause with MCU. And with all these, and we're seeing it in Loki where they're kind of just smashing all these branch timelines. You could make the argument that let's say for instance, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is a branch timeline. They could potentially. I know there's rumours around that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's going to play a lead in Secret Wars, but you could potentially see these timelines being smashed or being taken out or being ignored as well. Because we couldn't make the argument, these timelines are branch timelines, and actually they were taken away during Loki series. But not to say that these kind of timelines will converge, and we'll see, we will see in Deadpool 3, we're going to see these kind of X-Men timelines being brought together into the MCU. So it's all there to play. It's really exciting for any fan. It is really exciting, and I know that there's the argument around kind of like MCU is dead. There's no coherence around it anymore. It's not like the golden era, whatever. There is still excitement and there's still a lot of build up to a lot of these projects. Not everyone's going to hear, but let's be honest. Look at the amount of content that we are subject to in terms of MCU. Of course, some is not going to be as good as the others. But not to say that, when you're talking about multiverse, when you're talking about different projects, different timelines, different, talking about, even things that happened in the 90s. I don't know, any projects. The Nick Fury that David Hasselhoff was in, there's nothing to say that we might not get something that comes back from there. So things like that. I'm all for it. It just needs to be told the right way. Like we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. You said yourself that, you know, in our Multiverse of Madness podcast, you spoke about when does it become unneeded? Well, you know what I mean? When does it become something that we don't need that will then affect the narrative?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't affect the narrative. It has to be within it, and not just for fan service.
Yeah. No, exactly. And I think the other argument, for this approach is that actually what it does do is it allows Marvel to kind of change tact in an easy way. So the Infinity Saga, without the multiverse, what that kind of did was go, right, this is the direction of travel. And because we've got a set stock of characters, we're in the sacred timeline. It can only go one way. Whereas what this can do is give Marvel execs much more scope to go, that didn't hit, so we're gonna kind of almost trash that timeline and go, oh, okay, all right, this is gonna converge with a branch timeline, and it which for good or bad, you might see that as a bit of a kind of it's a bit of a cop out, but actually, in the long term, it might be a good thing. It might mean that we're going to get the projects we want to get rather than the projects they feel they have to commit to and finish.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. I think K-Dogs did the right thing in making that announcement. I think we do need clarification because ultimately we are kind of... and this is the other thing. I think what's tiresome really is the amount of rumours and... things that get flied around left, right, and centre. So-and-so said this. We've got rumours that so-and-so's in this. This is happening. This is cancelled. Blah. Like, it's just relentless. So I think clarification just from the studio itself is actually really key. And I think you should probably just keep doing that every now and then just to kind of, like, stop the absolute BS that's coming out on social media. Like, I think... in terms of like Twitter as well, not Twitter, X, is like, it's ridiculous. When you're just scrolling through the timeline, the amount of things are being told in terms of like, so-and-so's in this, so-and-so's not in that, this is being delayed, and it's just not true, or it's just rumours, or it's just kind of just spouting nonsense. Yeah, we need that clarity.
Talking about clarity, talking about rumours, nipping them in the bud. So, did you want to know more, Matt, about... these rumours that were going around about Emma Stone being in Spider-Man No Way Home?
Oh, yes. I've literally just watched something on this, yeah.
Yeah, so, turns out, nearly was. So, writers Eric Sommer and Chris McKenna created a version of the film that incorporated Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy, Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane Watson, and Sally Field's Aunt May. So the quote, this comes from MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios, written by Joanna Robinson, Dave Gonzalez, and Gavin Edwards. And the quote says, Sommers and McKenna at various points wrote versions of the story that incorporated Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy, Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane Watson, and Sally Field's Aunt May, but ultimately cut all those women when they decided that the story was already overstuffed. The only female characters with significant screen time would be Marissa's Aunt May and Zendaya's MJ. Because the screenplay was constantly in flux, none of the actors could read a locked script, and they joined the project based on their faith in Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, and director John Watts. So so there was plans
nearly there, but not there.
I would probably argue that film was already so overstuffed that actually bringing them in, like, why not? Like, I don't think you can argue that by bringing them in, the film would be overstuffed. It kind of already was overstuffed. So why not just
absolutely stacked? Yeah.
Why not go the whole fucking hog and go, actually, we're going to represent the females that made the women that made this, these films so great, as well as the blokes, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair comment. I think. It just really depends on how that's being told, where that's being placed as well. I think ultimately, I'm kind of glad it hasn't happened, but like the mystique around Gwen Stacy, again, talking about things that are just like highly speculated. This is one of the biggest ones. Now, I just realised I realised how backwards my comment was as well, just a moment ago, in terms of going, we need less rumours. If we get less rumours, we then don't have anything to podcast about. So I do realise, when I said it, I was like, okay.
Just destroy all content.
Just destroy all of the content that we need desperately for the podcast. But I think you know what I mean. But I think in terms I think it's in terms of this, Gwen Stacy, I think, needs to be told by somebody completely different, somebody completely new, maybe even a fresh actor, somebody that hasn't been on a big screen, somebody that's maybe done a TV show here and there. There is one particular that comes to mind, and I need to find the name now. It is Emma Myers, which is who is in Wednesday, the show.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of speculation of Emma Myers being Gwen Stacy. Now, I think she fits the bill perfectly in every facet, in terms of likeness, in terms of character, personality. She's also got the agility to be a spider person. I think there's opportunities there with that. But again, look, it just needs to be a new story. I think it needs to be maybe even something completely separate. Build your own story with Gwen Stacy. Do something kind of like in the corner, doing something like Daredevil, right? That's why Daredevil was so good when it was on Netflix. It was like secretly over there in the corner while we're getting the Avengers and all that kind of stuff played, and that's all great. And you've got this hard-hitting, gory, dark series for Daredevil, and we loved it. And then when we heard the news that he's coming in, let's be fair, it wasn't done the right way. We're going to talk about that in She-Hulk. But like when he did come into the MCU, there was that hype. I think that's the opportunity you have with Gwen Stacy. Huge character, make that standalone thing, put it in somewhere in a completely different studio. Don't put it in with Disney. Give it to Sony with the agreement that you'll bring that in later for the MCU, and then we have this build up again. I think that's what made it so exciting. I think with Miles Morales, it's different. I think Miles Morales is going to be the person that hands over from Tom Holland. That's got to be a given, right? It's got to be. So I think that's got to be integral to the MCU canon. But I think something a little bit over in the corner with Gwen Stacy would be great. I don't know. Those are my thoughts, dear listener. You tell me if you agree or not. I'd be interested.
Gwen Stacy in Doctor Strange 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Rocking up in a multiverse where she don't belong.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Then there's the question of like Doctor Strange going, why are these teenage kids always gravitating towards me? Got Mary Chavez, I got this flipping Spider Boy, and now I've got a flipping Gwen Stacy coming over here. Why is this? I'm not a teacher.
yeah. But to be fair, Spider Gwen would be an awesome character for him to say that to, and she goes, "That's a bit weird." You imagine her going, "All right, weirdo." How amazing! I love that.
There we go. It writes itself.
Sorted. Job done. So that's I agree. Though I think it needs to don't just go for the obvious choices. I think that's the main thing there. Talking about Spider-Man, something very small, teeny in fact, came out this week. Just a small sequel to a very large popular game on PlayStation, which I know that you have and you've played.
I certainly do, my friend. Oh my god, yeah, Spider-Man 2. Damn, that is... Oh, what? Okay, right. So, the first 10 minutes of that game, honestly, I started playing it the moment I woke up this morning.
Amazing.
And honestly, my eyes could not handle it. It was just so in your face. The shots were incredible. The sequences were amazing. The graphics is ridiculous. The traversal abilities now with both... Peter Parker and Miles Morales as both characters are just so slick. It's actually a bit mind-boggling on how they managed to achieve that in a game. Some of the shots that you see, it's like, why don't we get that in the why aren't we getting that in the blockbuster movies? Like, they are so cool. It's kind of like almost like first person, but not obviously. But it's such an intense, action-packed beginning of the game. I'm only about 40 minutes in, so I'm not far at all. But so far, the detail is just absolutely unreal. And I know I'm about to spend too many hours on the game, but I've got to contest that with Baldur's Gate 3 now, because I'm still loving that game.
Baldur's Gate. Yeah, mate. I was looking at the PlayStation Store page for Spider-Man the whole weekend, and
really,
just reviews are coming out. Like, it's out of this world.
Insane.
Apparently, it's the best, like the most selling game like Sony have almost ever had. I think they've sold millions of copies already.
So,
like
nearly 2.5 million copies in 24 hours.
It's outrageous. Insomniac, like, got to put it to them. They are probably the best developer out there at the moment. Every game just hits. I love a bit of Naughty Dog myself. I love the Last of Us series, but it just looks incredible. Are you
getting it?
I mean,
you're getting it, aren't you? You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it over the weekend, aren't you? That's what's going to happen. Dear listener, Matt's got a job to do this weekend.
Those graphics look absolutely insane.
I'm gonna twist the old arm backwards, my friend, and I'm gonna say, "Oh, go on, Forrest, go get the game. Go on."
What I might do, though, I want to put up some gaming footage on our YouTube channels, mate.
We do, yeah.
So
we need to stream. Let's do some Twitch.
Might stream. Oh yeah, let's get ourselves on Twitch.
Let's get Twitch.
Big dealios, big boys in town.
Big boys. Oh, here comes the big boys doing good on Twitch. God. It's ridiculous.
We were supposed to play Baldur's Gate, but Matt's
It just hasn't happened yet. We will. We need to find time, and time is so difficult, especially when you're having the lives like we do. It's difficult. But I think overall, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is an incredible game. I think Spider-Man 2, I think it might clinch it. I think it might.
Do you know, I've been playing. You ever play city builder games like simulation, like Tropico? Ever come across a Tropico game in your life?
No, I thought you were about to say Sims.
No, simulation is what I was going to say.
Right?
Yeah, no, not.
Have you ever played Sims?
I mean, it's what.
Who hasn't? Let's be honest.
But no, I've been playing Tropico and a new one, Anno 1998. No, not 1988. But anyway, two city. I've been in that kind of zone. I went from Cyberpunk. I'm in that zone at the moment, and then I think you're gonna twist my arm this weekend, and I'll end up on Spider-Man 2 by the end of next week.
Do it. Did you play the first one of Miles Morales?
You know what? I'm about to say something wildly controversial now, Matt. You've led me down a garden path, but I actually thought Miles Morales was a little bit boring.
It was short. It was short.
It was short and a bit like I'm just playing exactly the same game I was 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's my fear about Spider-Man 2. Is it too samey?
No, it's what they've already done. And again, just with the 40 minutes that I've played, they have built upon already an almost perfect game and gone, let's make it even better. And they've already kind of like, we've got new things, better for worse as well. New things in terms of combat, new ways of webbing as well. All the classic bits as well are in there. So like even when I started to play the game, I was immediately on it. I was like, I know what I'm doing here. But then I was kind of like quietly surprised with certain new bits as well. So I think you're gonna absolutely love it.
The drop-in map. Have you moved from the map at all?
Yeah.
Like,
it immediately.
Boom.
Happens immediately. Yeah.
It's like you want to go 20 miles away. Boom, you're here.
Boom, you're there. And also, it's the web flying as well. The web flying. Gliding, my friend. We're gliding around New York. It's ridiculous. Fucking gliding up and down. Right, it's just so good. So, I realised I'm absolutely ridiculous. I just looked then.
This sounds fantastic. I can't wait. That's going on a YouTube stream, and I'm fully excited for it. You got any more news for us, Matt?
Have I got any more news? Well, other than the fact that, we've got Comic-Con this weekend. I think it might be really nice just to tell dear listeners what we plan to do there. There's still tickets available. I think general sale on the Friday and Saturday, I think, is gone, but I think there's still no priority sale, so not general sale. So I think there's still tickets hanging around for the weekend. It's going to be great. It's going to be such a good weekend. We will be there from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are in the creators, pavilion. We'll be there kind of pretty much from the priority opening till the end. We're also going to be hanging around as well during the days, going for walks as well. Might have to do it separately because we can't leave the stand, so we'll kind of split off.
It's going to be a lonely weekend for us, isn't it?
There'll be kind of moments where we're like, I'm just going to take a little turn around. Okay, I'm doing it and do a little walk. But yeah, whoever's there and will be there that are listening right now, please come and say hello to us. It'd be great to meet people that listen, but also really excited to see new people, new creators as well. There's an amazing collection of artists, comic book writers, novelists, and obviously all the celebrity panels and that kind of stuff is very, very exciting. But I think in terms of particularly in our area, really excited to be there for the weekend. It's going to be buzzing with creativity. But yeah, dear listener, if you haven't got a ticket and you are free and you're not far from London and you can or afford the travel, come on, let's go. Bring it. Let's do it.
We're also going to be running a crisp competition, which I can't wait for. I'm probably more excited than anyone else is going to be. But we're going to have how many crisps in the jar type scenario.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely ludicrous.
It's gonna be delightful. We've got QR codes galore, for anybody that wants to look at our content. We'll have little freebies as well that people can have. It's gonna be great. I think it's just an opportunity for us to talk to people and just to sort of get people to talk to us as well. We're going to be doing loads of interviews as well. So much content is going to be recorded over the weekend as well. And obviously, in terms of future episodes, next week's episode will be very much heavily MCM Comic Con related. We will get back to She-Hulk. We will get back to start She-Hulk and get back on Phase 4 very soon. I think that's the last Phase 4 thing, isn't it?
No, we've got werewolfy thing, haven't we?
Oh yes,
we've got the werewolf.
Oh, we've got to do all of those before we get to Christmas. We've also got some amazing Christmas episodes coming out in the month of December. We've got Lee from Lights Camera Rant coming with us in the first week of December. We're going to be reviewing Nightmare Before Christmas, which is the 30th anniversary of that movie. So the first week will be Lee, and then we're going to have other guests as well for the whole month of December, running up to Christmas, and it's going to be super festive, super joyous. It's going to be a wonderful format as well. We'll do some kind of fun games and stuff, maybe some drinking games maybe as well. I don't know, Forrest, it's up to you. Maybe just be merry. Let's be merry for the whole month of December.
Merry. We still haven't done a drunken episode yet, to be fair, and our 100th episode is coming up soon.
It is.
So we're on about, I think this is about episode 72, 73.
Really?
So,
mate,
won't be long, mate, before.
Maybe we do. Maybe when because we did a live stream when we got to 1,000. Maybe when we get to 2,000 Instagram followers, we do a drunk podcast.
Oh, fantastic! Which can't wait for. We're nearly there.
Yes.
Loki, you enjoying Loki so far?
I am enjoying Loki. I think it's quite clearly the premiere content of the MCU this year. You said you've only seen half of the latest episode 3.
Yes. I am up to the bit where they're with Timely. They're going on a little, I think, you've got Loki and Mobius are trying to find Loki, are trying to catch Ramona and Timely. And Miss Minutes.
Well, there's interesting dynamics that are being played out with Miss Minutes, with Timely, I'm interested to see how far that goes. But I am also aware they have literally got 2 episodes left. 2 or 3. So there's a lot of story that needs to be told in a short amount of time. So we'll have to see. I'm excited. I am enjoying it, and I'm kind of like going out of my way to watch it as well, which is actually, to be honest, something that I haven't done for a while with MCU, other than the movies. But speaking of the movies, Marvels, we've had some new pictures and images dropped for the Marvels.
We have. We've seen our first view of Prince Yan, who's going to be a new character that we'll follow. So we've got our first look at Prince Yan in the posters. Captain Marvel. We've got Ms. Marvel. We've got Monica Rambeau is back. The Rambeau is back. Nick Fury, and we've also got Goose the Cat is a returning character. And Goose the Cat's now got kittens. There you go.
Oh,
what a joy. So we're going to go and see that, aren't we? We are seeing
We've got tickets. Out. We're going to go see it. We're going to go and see how we feel about it. Again, I don't want to be overly negative about it, but like there's, the hype around it is so like either really hype or like no hype at all. There's no middle ground. I don't know where I sit with it right now. I just want to go and see it. And I just want to make my own decision. I'm really hoping it's going to be great. I'm hoping it's going to be really fun. I think it will be funny. I think there'll be funny moments. But ultimately, we're all about talking about the story. But again, we were saying that it might be just a standalone thing. And right now, when we're talking about multiversal wars and we're talking about big stories, I don't think we need to waste 2 hours just talking about something completely different and just focusing on something completely different as well. I think there will definitely need to be some sort of secret invasion tie-in, tie-up maybe as well in it. I'm really hoping we get that, but if we don't, I'm going to be like, oh God, okay. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I feel like Nick Fury's got to find his way home in this. Like, I'm hoping this is the way to get Nick Fury back into the mainframe of the MCU. Otherwise, I'm a bit why do we keep seeing Nick Fury in the Edge?
Yeah.
We know. So yeah, a lot it's got to do. I think the difficulty with the strikes at the moment means that marketing for these films are like quite low. There's not a lot of marketing going on because actors can't talk about them publicly. So it's a bit of a like no one's really talking about it. Not a lot of engagement about it online. So we'll see. But looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's a Marvel project. We'll be excited. We'll let you, lovely listeners, know as soon as we've seen it and our thoughts. But until Comic-Con, Matt.
Oh, my God.
I'll see you there, mate.
I can't wait. Oh, right. Thank you, dear listener, for listening or watching. Once again, appreciate the heck out of you. We will see you next week.
See you on the flippity flip. Bye now.
Bye now.